The duffel is on the bike. Adventure is about to start. Watch this space. Although we call this a camp or a camping weekend, it's more a tech get together to teach guys to take better care of their bikes. What better place to make a noise and to camp than the Spitfire workshop?
I don't want to teach you all my little secrets or whatever, otherwise I'll be out of business. But anything, yeah, feel free to ask a question, and if you need to know something about the bike, I'm happy to answer and tell you guys how to repair them. You know, especially stuck on the side of the road. So with that being said, let's start by draining the oil here, and then I'll show you where the fourth one is and why they.
I came here just for a oil change and a minor service. But it turns out I had some loose nuts. The throttle cable wasn't as smooth as it should be, and some issues with some bolts and nuts on the seat.
Came in for a small change, and then Sean with his Falcon Eye spotted from a very far distance that my swing arm was bent, which led to my whole back of my bike being dismantled so they can bend it back, and now it's whole again.
Okay, so this is your slow race. The person that goes over the line last is the winner. So rules are: front wheel will start on the start line. You can't cross the line. If you cross the line, you are disqualified. If your feet touch the ground, you're disqualified. If you stall but you start your bike again without falling over, you can carry on.
So what did you come here for?
Just like a lekker time and to maybe change my oil.
Well, I'm checking because I've picked up a couple of things, yes. And yes, they're doing all right. They're getting there, slowly. But, you know, without professional supervision, you know, anything can happen.
Just the battery recharge. That's it, hopefully.
So we approached with Bronwyn's bike just to do a normal oil change, and on further inspection, or with a little bit more information from Bronnie, she explained to us that some bolt threads might be stripped, and when we inspected it, to his nuts, they were stripped, no more threads left. So that oil change landed up being a new sump insert, a time insert being fitted to repair the threads. Landed up being throttle cables, clutch cable, a clutch cable that wouldn't have even got her back home, unfortunately, but glad she was just at the right place at the right time. So Rowan's bike also, charge my battery please, and just do 1 or 2 checks. This morning when we were about to leave, we're just checking like the oil or whatever. We touch on the back wheel and the front wheel and find the wheels are loose. You know, we found the front wheel bearings completely shattered type of thing. So Enrico's bike, There we went through all like the 4 points to drain the engine oil, replace the oil filters. We obviously found in that one also, very tight throttle cables. The twist grip was very tight to turn. That turned out to be pinched throttle cables. We replaced those cables. Christy's bike, Christy asked us if we could replace the chain. Rory jumped in and obviously helped to fit the new chain. On inspection, while we were busy working there, we found the right-hand rear shock was sort of hanging to the one side, and the pin that holds the bottom shock had bent. We can't really explain how it had bent or whatever, but it needed a repair. It's always good maintenance techniques, going through everything, and you normally find the most peculiar repairs at the least expected of times.